Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Thursday, December 12th, and the energies in the day adds up or reduced to number 5 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today is the Cobra energy, and it's in the reversal position. So first of all, for today, what stands out to me immediately is that it is 12-12. And whenever the energies mirror each other like that, like 11-11, we'll do the 8-8 portal. But like 12-12 for me also reflects some kind of a gate, because you have the mirroring, you have the 12 on one side, the 12 on the other. And it's like a walkway, a gate. So automatically that for me represents some form of doorway. And then the number 5 is a part of the day. And with the number 5 being a part of the day, like I always talk about how the number 5 is that glitch in the matrix. It's that sudden and unexpected energy. I feel like whenever we're watching like fairy tale type things, like the Wizard of Oz is coming to mind. And I think of like, say the tornado comes through, if I'm remembering it correctly, and it's like the tornado itself is a portal. And I feel like the number 5 energy is that tornado that creates that portal, because the number 5 deals with sudden and unexpected changes. So today is a day of sudden and unexpected changes, but they're only sudden and unexpected because you're not paying attention. Because there's always a buildup to everything, But, when we're looking over there and something goes off over there, it felt like it suddenly happened because our attention and our focus was somewhere else. So with that 5 energy being a part of today and it being 12-12, for me, the number 12 is like a new moon energy because it consists of the sun and the moon together. It consists of feminine and masculine energy coming together. It's like reproductive energy. It has both components that's necessary for manifestation. Hence why I call it a new moon energy. So it's like the number 1 is the idea. The number 2 puts it in motion, and 1 + 2 gives us 3, which is the child, the creative self-expression that comes from the one, the father, masculine energy, which was once an idea that was nurtured by the number 2 and incubated, nurtured by the number 2, which is the mother, and gives you a tangible outcome, something that you can experience, which is the number 3, the child. So something about today brings me to big manifesting energy, but with the Cobra coming out, in the reversal position, the Cobra energy brings me, when I think of the Cobra, I think of a few things. I think of the wisdom of the snake and its body being so close to the earth. Like when I think of the snake's body, I think of the things that doctors wear. Is it a stethoscope? I'm not sure. You could correct me in the comments, but it's like they use it to listen to the heartbeat. When I think of the snake's body and how close it gets to the ground, it's like it's able to listen to the heartbeat of the earth. It's able to listen to the vibration that, flows through all things. And with this snake energy coming out in the reversal position, it will bring me to the thought of like disconnection. But then I also think of the shedding of skin when it comes to the Cobra. And also too, with the Cobra energy, I think of the Cobra snake and the authority that comes with this kind of a snake. or the authority we assign to it, but the authoritation aspect of the snake. And with it coming out in the reversal position, 3 things that comes to mind is number 1, not owning our autonomy or our ability to be the authorities over ourselves. And that comes from the second thing, which is our disconnection from source, our disconnection from ourselves, being disconnected in the moment. Hence why something will catch you off guard, because, you know, disconnection, you're looking over there and then something pop off over there. And then the third thing is the transformative aspect of it, which is the whole shedding of a skin. And today is Jupiterian day. So with Jupiterian energy being part of today, it's like that momentum that's needed to create the transformation, that push. There's a push of energy. I don't know, with today's energy, I feel myself feeling larger than life. I feel myself feeling optimistic. I feel myself feeling excited. So there's definitely an exciting component to the day. Always, when it comes to a day like this, I always say, if you are able to operate with some kind of like taking extra measures to make sure you get things done that you intended to get done, that's important on a day like this. So this is being clear about the assignments that you have for the day, and even go as far as setting alarm clocks to make sure that you stay in alignment with the plans for the day, because this is the kind of energy that if we are disconnected from source, this energy is one big if we're disconnected from source, this energy could cause us to waste our times. I think of, like, you know, when it comes to, say, people who are distracted will distract you. So this is one of those days where we could find ourselves getting distracted by others, or even being the one distracting others. But if we are connected, and to me, what connected looks like is say me hanging out within my body, which to me is meditative. If I'm hanging out within my body and I'm present within the moment, and I challenge myself to be present throughout the day, then I'm either in a neutral state or I'm in an optimistic state. Where when I'm in my head, that's when, you know, the worry comes in, and that's when people will find themselves anxious. Something that clicked to me the other day as I was reflecting on the whole hanging out in the body and versus being in the head. I've noticed a pattern. Whenever I come across certain people who seem extremely narcissistic, I always notice this extreme anxiety that operates within them. It's almost like, for me, and I'm not saying everybody who suffers from anxiety is narcissistic. Not what I'm saying, but I notice that when I come across narcissistic people, there's always this extreme anxiety. And the extreme anxiety for me comes from the fact that they hang out in their head and never in the heart space. And I feel like when it comes to, say, a person being narcissistic, we all have some level of narcissism in us. I see it as a spectrum, and there is an extreme aspect of it and a not so extreme. But narcissism, or someone being identified within their ego, or too identified within their ego, you could see that in a coverted person, a person that acts like, oh, a person that's like, everybody is always against me. They're always hurting me. It's still focused on me. So whether it's grandiose and look at me, I'm the best, or it's woe is me, the attention still focuses on the individual. It's still all about them. Whether it's look at all the good that I've done and look at all the people that I've helped, it's still focused on me when it comes to that energy. But with the whole narcissistic spectrum thing, to me, narcissism gets dangerous when a person completely lacks empathy. So whenever a person completely lacks empathy, to me, that's when it becomes dangerous. And in order for us to tap into our empathy, we have to go within our heart in order to tap into that. So like I was saying, I noticed that, whenever I cross paths with extremely narcissistic people, and to me, a person could become that way out of fear, in the sense that growing up in a certain environment and feeling like it's not okay to accept to be a certain part of themselves, and from the fear, the trauma, and their experience or perception of life, they shut down a certain aspect of them and kind of like To me, also too, I feel like whenever we shut down ourselves so much and we're operating into certain frequencies, I feel like there are other entities that kind of take over and feed on the frequency of that person. Hence why whenever you come across someone who is extremely narcissistic, meaning they completely lack empathy, they get a kick out of getting negative reaction out of you because there's something within them that feeds on that. But as an empath, whenever I meet these people, there's always that pattern of extreme anxiety. And being someone that's sensitive to energy, the way it feels for me being within their presence is like someone put me in a bottle and they're shaking me like this. Like this is exactly how it feels to me, where it's like, it's so overwhelming, it's so exhausting, and I have to pull myself away, like create distance between us. Because even just them thinking about, say, me or anticipating saying something to me, they're so anxious because even though in some cases they might show up and seem all confident and have it all together, that's false. When deep inside they feel insignificant and fragile and small and all of those negative things. So say if they might, feel intimidated in some way by someone else because they seem too confident within themselves or whatnot, just the thought of what they're going to say can cause them to experience extreme anxiety because it's all about their image. It's all about protecting this false image, this false sense of identity. So, I was talking about being in the head opposed to being in the body, and it took me far, but I guess it was meant to take me there because someone needed to hear that. But I noticed that pattern whenever I would cross paths with extremely narcissistic people, they would have that extreme anxiety. And I think though, the ones who have the extreme anxiety, it's because they're not that far gone. Where I feel like there are ones who are extremely narcissistic and they've gotten to the point where they don't have that extreme anxiety, because I feel like maybe the extreme anxiety is because there's still a part of them in there battling. I feel like the fact that they even feel something as far as wanting to fight for this false image or wanting to seem a certain way shows that there's still a part of them in there that can be saved. Not saying that you should go and try to save anyone. It's crazy because when I was tapping on today's energy, I did not expect the conversation to go there, but it went there, and clearly it needed to go there because someone needed to hear. So when it comes to today's energy, you align yourself with the frequency by being in your body, being in your heart space, and you be in your body by bringing your attention to your body. Whether it's you're bringing your attention to your breathing and you're observing your breath, or you're bringing your attention to your clothing. Like, I love the way this sweater looks, but I could only wear it when I have the energy to wear it as, it could feel itchy sometimes. And I like the way it looks, but I don't always like the way it feels. And, bringing my attention to how this feels against my skin is grounding me within myself. Changing the subject again real quick, but that's what I do. I bounce off the walls. I remember a friend sharing something with me, talking about how different fabrics affect the vibration of your energy. And I noticed that I have a sweater like this and a pink one. And even though I love the way they look, when I put them on, there's something about the energy of them that they're not my go-to. I like the way they look, but they're not my go-to. I guess what my go-to is fabric-wise is cotton and linen. Like cotton and linen, they're breathable. They make me feel light. It's like the vibration of them just works with me. So yeah, bringing your attention to your body, grounding yourself in the moment, grounding yourself in your senses. What am I smelling? What am I hearing? What am I tasting? Even if there's nothing in your mouth, what am I hearing? Even if there's nothing, you're hearing nothing, listen into the nothingness, what's on my feet. Grounding yourself within your energy will help to align you. And either, like I said, you're in a neutral state whenever you spend as much time as you can bringing yourself to your body, or you're in more of a positive, optimistic energy. Because what I'll do is I'll say if there's things going on around me and I'm probably not feeling it to a certain extent, I'll bring myself into myself, and that will bring me to a neutral state. But say if I'm already in a decent vibe, so I'll go from bringing myself into myself and then bring my attention to something that's happening around me that I feel good about. Maybe I really enjoy, like, you know, where I'm living. So I bring my attention to being so grateful about how beautiful the space is or beautiful the scenery is. Or maybe I'm just feeling good about something and I bring my attention and I just dwell there for a while. And I feel like that is important because it helps to attract more of that. Because when you think of where you are right now and what's happening right now, your current moment, your current situations are blooms or a bloom of seeds that were planted in the past, whether they were planted days ago, hours ago, months ago, years ago. Your current reality is a blooming reflection of past seeds that were planted in the past. And when it comes to the tarot, I love that we have the Ace of Cups, because with the Ace of Cups, it ties in with that new moon energy. It ties in with that. It's like something being offered, and we have to be receptive of what's being offered. It's like the universe is offering you an opportunity, whether it is an inspiration, whether it's someone that's being sent to assist you, whether it's this feel-good feeling that comes over you that's necessary to align your frequency so that you could match the frequency of the next moment, because something is coming in and you can only attract that thing if you're tuned to a certain frequency. And it's like the story I gave a long time ago. It wasn't even that long ago, but I'm not going to get into the details of the story. But I remember, you know, when I was building my salon from scratch, and I had a lot going on at the time, and I woke up and I'm on my way to the salon and my car wouldn't start, and I'm stressed out about that because I got money falling through my hands my hand is a cup and there's a hole in it, and money's coming through as I'm building the salon from scratch. I'm on my way to work, my car wouldn't start, grab the towel, start walking, and I'm pissed off because my car wouldn't start. And something, you know, one of the construction guys doing work on the street yells to me and say, "Just smile, it's not that bad." And, you know, I've shared this story and people say catcalling. I didn't get that energy from him. It wasn't like that. He said, "Just smile, it's not that bad." And my first thought was, shut up and leave me alone, because I was in the mood. But then I looked up and realized, oh my God, it's such a beautiful day. It's, you know, the days have been so rainy, but look at the day my car decides to not start. It's so beautiful out. It took me less than 5 minutes to walk to the salon, as it was literally just across the street. I had no business driving there every day, but I drove to work every day. So it took me no time to get to the salon. I was stressed out also because the GC told me that I needed to write a new check for $500 as some pipes that they laid had something happen and they needed to dig them up and do them over. So I was stressed out about that money because I didn't budget it in. Get to the salon, got there way before my client got there. My client gave me a ride to go drop the check off down the street to the salon, to the GC. While I was walking out the salon, something said, "Honey, just smile, like just smile." And I'm like, just smile. And here I go again, feeling like I'm being told to do something stupid, but I surrendered and I just smiled. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm smiling for, but okay, I'll smile. Walk out, go back to the salon, did my next client's hair. She looks at me and she's like, "Honey, when's your graduation?" I'm like, I already graduated from the Art Institute. She's like, "I told you I wanted to be there." I told her, I said, "Well, you know, I just didn't want to trouble you." I thought she was just being nice when she said she wanted to be there. And then with me being at the time a bad receiver, I didn't like the idea of people making a fuss over me. So I didn't tell her because I didn't want her to make a fuss over me overcoming. So, you know, she leaves and she comes back, hands me an envelope. What do you know? I open it, 5 crisp $100 bills. She's like, I opened it, you know, she had already left. I opened the envelope when I was done with my client, called her, "Hey, you made a mistake. There's too much money here." She's like, "I wanted to give you $1,000, but my mortgage is due and you didn't tell me like I told you." And I'm like, oh my goodness. I got back the $500 that I wrote unexpectedly. And later on, the mechanic lets me know that the wire on my battery was loose. I was stressed out about something being wrong with that car because that car was very expensive to fix. Like the simplest thing on it would cost 3-4 times more than another car. So I was really stressed out about that. But when the day was all said and done, every perceived problem that I had worked itself out, and the construction worker that told me to smile was put there to bring me back to the frequency so that I can attract and be in alignment for what was coming my way. I needed to be tuned to a certain station. In order for me to be tuned to that station, I needed to approach the day from a space of gratitude, because as the day moved forward, things kept happening for me to be grateful for. And if that construction worker wasn't there to jump me out of that frequency of feeling sorry for myself, I would have missed the opportunities that were lined up for me that day. So yeah, the importance of tuning ourselves to the frequency is very important when it comes to a day like this, where there's sudden and unexpected energies flowing and there's a portal. The best way to align yourself for what's for you, because something could be for us and it's delayed because we're not in alignment with the frequency to receive it. We'll say, oh, I don't want to tell these people because I don't want them to block my blessing or effect. I feel like no one could stop what's for you. But what can stop what's for you is you not being in alignment with that frequency in order to receive it. It's like saying your gifts are being handed out on 101.9. And if you're not tuned into 101.9, you're not going to hear when the gifts are handed out and where to go collect them. You're going to miss it because you're not tuned into that station. So it's not that anybody could take anything away from us, but it's us blocking it from not being tuned in. So yeah, when it comes to today's energy, it's all about tuning up your frequency. When it comes to wild days like this, where we find ourselves busybody or just restless energy, days like this could be powerful as it brings in new opportunities. It's like I said, new moon energy. It's like that spring type energy that brings in opportunities, and they will come in ways that look chaotic a lot of the times. It's when the chaos has cleared, you're able to see what's left behind for you. Because within this matrix type energy, this repetitive energy, it's whenever we have those glitches it's like new things come in through the glitches, through the random unexpected storm, is where the universe is able to flow things in through this bubbly contained matrix type of energy. And the matrix type of energy is the mind. We're conditioned to see things a certain way, to think a certain way, and we need that shakeup in order to throw us off that repetitive way of being, so a new perspective, a new way, a new thing, new opportunities can come in. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a blue heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.